What happened to the Raiders? 2 weeks into the season, the team sits at 1-1, but the cracks are already beginning to show as they prepare for a pivotal Week 3 clash against the Washington Commanders. Monday night's loss to the Chargers wasn't just another defeat, it was a spotlight on everything that's holding this team back. The defense fought hard, limiting Los Angeles to just 20 points despite being put in impossible situations. But the offense? It sputtered, stumbled, and collapsed under pressure, leaving fans and analysts with more questions than answers. Yet strangely, the biggest headline from the night wasn't about missed assignments or turnovers. Instead, it was Tom Brady perched in the coaching booth with a headset on, sparking a storm of speculation across the NFL world. Cameras caught him alongside the staff, and suddenly the story shifted. Was Brady secretly helping with game planning? Was he providing Chip Kelly and the Raiders coaching staff with tips? ESPN fanned the flames, reporting that Brady meets with Kelly 2 or 3 times a week to break down film and game plans. The controversy exploded. Because Brady isn't just any NFL figure. He's both a minority owner of the Raiders and the newest $375 million star analyst for Fox. That combination created a conflict of perception. As a broadcaster, Brady can access teams around the league, sit in production meetings, and pick apart film with coaches. As a minority owner, he can sit in the booth with his own team during games. It's all technically legal. But does it give the Raiders an advantage? Some say yes. Others dismiss it as overblown noise. Raiders head coach Pete Carroll quickly shut down the whispers, insisting Brady hasn't broken any rules and follows the NFL's strict guidelines for minority owners. The league itself backed him up, releasing a statement that, while Brady can't attend practices or private production meetings, he's permitted to sit in the booth as long as he uses league-issued equipment. Even Adam Schefter weighed in, saying the outrage was misplaced and that Brady knows where the professional line is. But others, like Chris Canty, pushed back. Legal or not, Brady's presence changes things. His football IQ, his constant conversations with coaches, and his proximity to decision-makers give the Raiders a resource no other team enjoys. Whether he's actively influencing plays or just observing, the perception of favoritism lingers. Still, all of this debate masks the real issue. The Raiders didn't lose because Brady sat in the booth. They lost because their offense failed in every critical moment. Their 20-9 defeat wasn't about sideline intrigue, it was about a unit that couldn't move the ball. From the opening play, the tone was disastrous. Geno Smith, pressured to make something happen, ran a play-action slant to Trey Tucker. The Chargers safety sniffed it out, tipped the ball, and it landed in the hands of a linebacker for an immediate turnover. In a blink, the Raiders were playing from behind, and the night only got worse. Smith threw 3 interceptions, each more desperate than the last, pressing against a defense designed to bait him into mistakes. The deeper truth is that Smith's turnovers were symptoms, not the disease. The run game was abandoned almost before it began. Ashton Jeanty, a first-round investment and a player built to wear down defenses, had only 11 carries. He flashed brilliance, ripping off runs of 6, 9, even 13 yards, but Chip Kelly went away from him, forcing Smith to shoulder the offense against a secondary daring him to make mistakes. Jeanty isn't a gadget back. He thrives on volume, on rhythm, on grinding down defenses across 4 quarters. Limiting him to 11 touches wasn't just questionable, it was reckless. And then there's the offensive line. Even in max protect situations with 8 blockers, they couldn't keep the pocket intact. Khalil Mack ran stunts that confused the unit. Derwin James blitzed untouched, and too often Raiders linemen ended up blocking the same defender while another came through free. Center Jordan Meredith had a nightmare outing, delivering erratic snaps that threw off timing and losing battles at the line of scrimmage. Dylan Parham collapsed under pressure multiple times, shoved back into Smith's lap before plays could develop. Without cohesion up front, neither the run game nor the passing game stood a chance. Even designed plays fell apart. On one attempt, tight end Michael Mayer, lined up to lead block for Jeanty, collided with his own back instead, blowing up the play before it started. These aren't failures of talent. They're failures of execution and communication, the kind of details that define winning football teams. Meanwhile, the wide receivers offered little relief. Dante Thornton Jr. and Trey Tucker couldn't separate deep. When Smith scrambled to buy time, his receivers broke routes in confusing directions, sometimes running into coverage instead of toward the sideline for easier completions. The Chargers' defensive coordinator, Jesse Minter, had his group prepared, disguising coverages and forcing the Raiders into checkdowns or risky throws. Los Angeles kept everything in front of them, confident the Raiders lacked the patience to methodically move the ball. And they were right. The defense deserves credit. They held the Chargers to 20 points despite constant short fields. But defense alone can't win games when the offense is this dysfunctional. The lack of identity is glaring. In Week 1, there were flashes of creativity, adjustments, signs of a plan. In Week 2, the offense looked lost, as if they had no answers when the initial script fell apart. There may be a silver lining. Rookie lineman Jackson Powers-Johnson, recovering from a concussion, was listed as limited in practice. If he clears protocol, his return could fortify the interior line and restore some stability. Washington quarterback Jaden Daniels also didn't practice due to a knee injury, raising the possibility of Marcus Mariota starting in his place. While Mariota can manage the offense, he doesn't bring the same explosiveness as Daniels, which could tilt momentum toward Las Vegas. But none of that will matter if the Raiders don't fix their own house. They need to commit to the run game, give Janty 20-plus carries, and simplify blocking assignments to reduce communication breakdowns. They need to protect Geno Smith long enough for him to reset mentally, stop forcing passes, and play within his strengths. Above all, they need an identity. Are they a power-running team? A play-action team? Right now, they're neither. They're a shell of both, stuck between ideas and lacking conviction. That's what makes this Week 3 matchup so critical. Against Washington, the Raiders don't just need a win. They need a statement. They need to show that the Brady drama, the blown protections, and the questionable play calling can be shoved aside for real progress. If they fail, the season could unravel quickly. If they succeed, they'll steady the ship and prove that they can still control their destiny. So now the question hangs heavy over Raider Nation. Can this team rediscover its identity before it's too late? Was Tom Brady's presence in the booth an unfair advantage or just a distraction from deeper flaws? Can Geno Smith settle down and lead the offense, or will the calls grow louder for a change at quarterback? Most importantly, will the Raiders finally commit to their star rookie Ashton Janty and build the offense around his strengths? What do you think, Raiders fans? Is this team one adjustment away from turning it around, or are the problems far more serious than anyone wants to admit? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss the latest updates from Raider Nation.